All right, so you guys wanted the deep dive on Diddy this week.
You got it.
Buckle up because things are moving fast with this one. We're talking stacks of TMZ articles, new developments practically by the hour.
Yeah, it's really a perfect storm. Celebrity, legal strategy, public opinion, and all of it playing out in the blink of an eye.
Exactly. And TMZ, they're all over it, which is what we're diving into today. So
Yeah.
for anybody who hasn't been glued to this story, here's the short version. Diddy's behind bars in New York right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And get this, the actual charges, they're still under wraps. TMZ sources, though, they're saying it's got to be serious. We're talking family visits serious. So right off the bat, what does that tell you?
Well, it's definitely not your average open and shut case, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's being held without bail, pending trial, that screams high stakes. The authorities, they must be worried about something, right? Like a flight risk, maybe? It's got to be something big.
Right. And to make matters even more interesting, Diddy's legal team, they've already filed an appeal to try and get him released. So what do you think their chances are? What kind of strategy do you think they're going for here?
Well, first of all, having Alex Spiro in your corner, that's huge. Spiro, he's known for being aggressive, for winning cases that seem impossible.
Yeah.
So that tells you Diddy's ready to fight this, tooth and nail. Now, as for the appeal itself, that's pretty standard procedure, actually. Trying to get released while they wait for trial, it's a common tactic. But whether it works, honestly, it all depends on the specifics of the case. Could be anything, right? They might argue mistaken identity or maybe some kind of procedural error during the arrest. Heck, they could even try to claim there's just not enough evidence.
Right.
It's going to be fascinating to see how this plays out.
It really is, yeah. Especially because, and TMZ really hammers this home, the court of public opinion is not looking good for Diddy right now.
Yeah.
But like you were saying before, public opinion doesn't always reflect the actual legal situation. So how much weight do you think those accusations, the alleged bribes, even that old video that's resurfaced, how much of that actually matters in court?
That is the million-dollar question right there.
Yeah.
Because legally speaking, those accusations, they're irrelevant unless they directly tie into the charges against him.
Yeah.
That said, we can't ignore the potential influence on a jury, right? Bad press, it creates bias, makes it harder to find people who can be truly impartial.
It's a good point.
It really is a double-edged sword.
It is. And it's easy to get so caught up in all the legal back and forth that we forget there are real people at the heart of this. TMZ does a pretty good job showing that side of it, too, with Diddy's mom coming out swinging, defending him, the visits from his daughters. It's got to be tough.
Oh, absolutely. Situations like this, they create these ripples that extend way beyond the courtroom. I mean, guilty or not, the emotional toll on Diddy, on his family, it's huge. It's a really stark reminder that these high-profile cases, they always have a human cost. Always.
It's true. And speaking of high profile, TMZ mentioned something that caught my eye. Attorney Tony Busby, he's the one who's gone after Deshaun Watson and others. Well, he's saying there are more celebrity lawsuits on the horizon. What do you think? Is this just the tip of the iceberg? Is something bigger going on here?
Busby's statement is definitely interesting.
Right.
And you can't deny it. Celebrities, they live under a microscope. Their actions, they have these huge consequences. Legally, financially, you name it. I think you might be onto something. We might be heading into an era where accountability, especially in the entertainment world, is about to get real serious.
Wow. One thing that really gets me about all of this, and it's something TMZ keeps coming back to, is the secrecy around the charges against Diddy. It's almost like the less information we have, the wilder the speculation gets.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a feeding frenzy out there.
Right. What's your take on that?
Well, it could be strategic. By keeping things quiet, Diddy's team, they get to control the narrative, at least to some extent. Keeps everyone guessing. And it also stops the court of public opinion from making up its mind before all the facts are in.
It's true. It's true. Well, whatever happens, this whole situation, the arrest, the mystery surrounding the charges, the rumors flying everywhere, it's like a ticking time bomb just waiting to go off. What do you think this means for Diddy, for his career, his life?
It's a crossroads, that's for sure. Whatever the outcome, it's going to leave a mark. Will this be a wake-up call for him, a turning point, or will it just completely derail everything he's worked for? It's too soon to tell. But one thing's for certain, the whole world is watching.